In this episode we set sail to Tahiti, the busiest and most developed island in Polynesia. This is also where we sadly are saying goodbye for now, as G is flying out and leaving this lifestyle behind. Still, we managed to have a good time together, making the best out of our situation and creating good memories.
This is because G always complaining we never eat any healthy stuff. So we had to go to Tahiti before we could have it. Happy?
Mm-hmm. It's good.
In the previous episode we enjoyed the south pass of this beautiful atoll Fakarava. We also shared that we were discussing to change things and that Tahiti might be the place. The stormy weather have passed and we have now a perfect weather window for our jump to Tahiti. And again, it's a bit of a timing leaving this atoll and to arrive Tahiti in daylight. We can really feel the difference as we actually are getting closer to New Zealand. For every mile we sail more west and south, it's getting colder. Still good temperatures during the day, but quite cold at night and before the sun is heating up things again. It looks pretty good even for having had quite the weather outside here last night. As I have showed in earlier episode, the weather can make a significant difference in how the exit or entrance will be. The good thing with Fakarava is what I pointed out earlier, it has two channels and on top of this basically leaks water in and out almost everywhere, meaning the risk of standing waves are not big. Still, we have some currents against us through this pass and will be motor sailing until we are through and change our course southwest towards Tahiti. Our biggest challenge once again is actually sailing slow enough. It's not more than 260 nautical miles, but this is hard to manage in 24 hours with flat downwind sailing. But it's better to just slow down and have plenty of time to arrive after sunrise the next day. Meaning it's gonna be 2 nights on this relatively short sail. Still not used to the weird feeling of the sun going down northwest of us instead of southwest, as it's upside down here in the southern hemisphere. Even though this is quite a short sail, I still practice my sleeping pattern, but it's not so easy to get into the rhythm as I can on longer jumps. So even though G is still struggling with her sleeping, she helps out so I can get some longer naps during the day. It's sunrise and we can even see Tahiti. It's forward here. Spectacular. And this island is more than 1,500, maybe 600 meters tall, so it's quite a tall island. I will check out later. So yeah, this is gonna be very interesting, and I can't wait to access the hydraulic stores and see if I can get the tubes and fittings to the hydraulic system so I can get my primary autopilot up running again. So we should be inside the lagoon in about 2 hours from now, so not too long. So we are there. It's also kind of bittersweet to see land. It means also this is where G is gonna depart and she's gonna fly home to Holland. So yeah, It's mixed feelings to see land. After lots of back and forth, we have decided that this is the best solution for the both of us. It's really sad as we both went all in and was having high expectations and also have had so much fun together. It has definitely been quite a journey and adventure that's now coming to an end. Not far from Tahiti you can find lots of other famous islands like Bora Bora. The closest neighbor here is Moorea, that's now also visual on our starboard side to the west. I believe most people, if thinking about Tahiti with their eyes closed, would picture themselves on an exotic island with palms, beaches and dancing girls with coconuts. At least this is much of the old image of this island. But this is as far from the reality you can get. To me, this island is still exotic, but in a very different way. After such long time in quite remote places, coming to a super developed big city in the middle of the Pacific is also quite exotic. However, in a very different way. Time will show if I'm right in my expectations. I just talked to the traffic control and are now waiting for permission to cross the runway. So it's an airstrip and you have to announce your arrival and also to get permission to cross, obviously. So yeah, now just waiting and see how it goes. So we finally got permission to cross in front of the runway, so we just have to go for it. You can't really tell from the look of this, but the wind is picking up. This region is famous for strong winds and often much more than predictions give you. And it's never fun to enter a crowded anchorage you don't know how the holding is, and especially when the wind picks up. I'm already seeing boats dragging at the same time we are about to drop our anchor. Having one defect helm station and the throttle and windlass control on the opposite side of the helm that works makes it slightly more challenging than normal. This is situations I have come to love my oversized Mantus anchor, and it gave us a perfect hold at first attempt, even in 40 knots of wind. Man, I'm exhausted and tired, so a proper sleep is now what we need after this relatively short sail, but with lots of things going on. So we're gonna see if we can rent a car. We have to go to the so we have to go to the airport. Yeah, that means we have to go to the dinghy dock at the marina and then from the marina to the airport. It's not that far, but I don't think we're gonna bother walking. It's 4.5 kilometers. So let's go to the marina first. We need to find a pickup place for the luggage that's going to be shipped separately to Holland with a freight forwarder. This turned out to not be so easy. Can't really blame them for not wanting to sit with someone's luggage with the risk of what it can contain. So, what did I say? So we did not have so much luck to leave bags at the marina office, so now we're gonna try Tahiti crew. Sending your luggage from Tahiti to Europe does not come cheap, that's for sure. It's also quite a project, especially if it's more than you normally can have video on a regular flight. If you really want to complicate things, then you do like G, hopping off for a visit in New Zealand on her way home, meaning she's not traveling with the majority of her luggage. This turned out to be quite a challenge, but we managed to book everything today. Now it's time for shopping, and hopefully we can get some lunch as well. We have not seen grocery stores like this in a long time, so clean with such great selection. I don't think I've seen anything like this since I left Martinique in the Eastern Caribbean. And of course, after not seeing any stores for such long time, I believe this is almost irresistible for any female, whether you need anything or not. It's just the feeling of looking at the selection and having the feeling of being back in civilization again. Ready? Lots of things accomplished today. The most important thing was to find not only a way to ship most of the luggage, but also where to drop it off. Now G can start search for flights to New Zealand. We did not even need to go to the airport today, so the car rental will be tomorrow. Colors.
Find the plane. Where's the plane? Plane wrap.
Think we can find it?
I hope so. It's very clear water.
So apparently it's supposed to be a plane wreck here, sitting at around 6-7 meters. We don't know exactly. It's even marked in the map, so we're gonna see if we can see it. Maybe come back later and snorkel. Oh. It's a Cessna. We are trying to be brave. The reality, however, is about to kick in, as we have to start packing the things that's gonna be shipped separately. Taxi on the way to the airport to see if we can rent a car. And like everything here, this is quite expensive and lots of extra for luggage, so it's actually cheaper with a rental. We still have a bit more than a week together here and want to make the best out of the last days and hours together. So I'm putting all the video editing and boat repairs on pause for now. Yes. Today was 3rd.
3.
3
3.
August. Yeah. So before we take this on the road, we're gonna make a video to document everything outside on this car. I forgot to ask if they have this automatic traffic control system here. That's so French and Norwegian, unfortunately. They have it in Martinique and the other French islands, so you have to be a little bit careful with the speed limits. So we're not gonna drive too fast. I don't think it will be possible to break the speed limit with this car. I bet if you close your eyes and taste the word Tahiti, it for sure sounds exotic. And Tahiti is absolutely exotic, but probably not in the way you think. Guess many people that's never been here would expect it to be so overdeveloped with even higher road standard than many places in Europe. Lots of cars and what comes with is traffic jams and rush hour. Tahiti is more industrial and shipping hub than a tropical island. In fact, my first impression is this island is almost like being back in Martinique. The difference is Martinique is a much more beautiful island, and this island is a copy of Martinique but on steroids. It's basically destroyed by tourism and have very little charm left. That said, the people here are in general much more friendly than French islands in the Caribbean. The Polynesians are in a different league. No chance to see the waterfall today because we need permission. We didn't know that. So most places it's public accessible, but here you actually need a written permission to be allowed to walk to the waterfall. Quite interesting. So, well, we'll see. Maybe we will have time to get it, but that's another interesting fact. Anyway, I don't know if you noticed in the beginning, show you this rental car, there is an orange dot like here, and this actually means that people around us should apologize us for weird driving or something. It actually means we are tourists and have rented the car. Here is probably a good idea. I know in Miami and other places it's a very bad idea, but here it obviously is a good idea. This is definitely the Beverly Hills of Tahiti. I haven't seen Tahiti in Beverly Hills letters, but they could definitely have it. It's obviously a very posh district. Big fences, big gates, and really nice villas with swimming pools, and yeah, you need a lot of cash to live here, that's for sure. Look at this! You can make pizza in 3 minutes. It's amazing. You just choose your pizza, you pay with card, and 3 minutes later there's a little guy inside here that has this, and just sprinkle it on top of the pizza. I'm sure it's really good. Tahiti is not that big, and after 2 days we had seen everything. It's a bit better outside of the busy city, still nothing that impressed us much. What do you think about this place? Yeah?
So much better than the city. It's amazing.
I was curious on these floating things, if it was floating bars or what the deal is. Turn out to be party barge that you can charter with your friends or a group of people.
This is G's dream place.
Lots of this here and almost give me a flashback to San Andres. Lots of happy people and lots of noise. They even play the same tiring Latin music and of course competing in who can play the loudest. So this anchorage is definitely not a quiet place and quite tiring after a while.
Sole mio.
Yes, it's €5 a day for tourists rowing around in this lagoon to discover the coral reefs. And feel free to chip in some tips at the end of this rowing, so I can at least afford a beer. We are actually rowing slalom between the corals here on our way to the flight wreck. We're gonna snorkel and see if we can find it. But it's a labyrinth. The water quality here is quite good and looks like we found the spot. It's situated between the two anchorages here and is a popular spot for both scuba diving and free diving. Since the plane only sits on 7 meters, it's easy to swim down and have a look only free diving. Not so easy to record is swimming with one hand, trying to keep the camera steady with the other hand. Hopefully you get an idea of how it looks like anyway. The water is pretty cold and we did not stay for long. Our last days together here in Tahiti, and tomorrow morning G is flying out of here. So I'm very thankful for the time we have had together, not only the entire journey but also the last days here in Tahiti, and that we managed to do the best out of it.
Talking about blue skies, talking about sunshine, driving with the top down, feeling free, talking about you and me, talking about smooth sailing on calm seas, feeling no flowers.
This is because G always complaining we never eat any healthy stuff. So we had to go to Tahiti before we could have it. Happy?
It's good. Pesto.
And this monster. I'm gonna find a place to park the car. I sad. Really, really sad. She has a heart of pure gold. She's an angel and I'm truly gonna miss her. It's been quite a journey and we both believe it was worth a try. Loving someone can also be setting someone free, and we believe this is what we just have done.